In your first half hour with Patch Quest, you'd be forgiven for assuming that this adorable little 2D Monster-Tamer game is nothing more than some easygoing fun that's maybe even a tad repetitive. I mean, it is just square after square of green jungle after all, and I've seen that monster a few times already, but what's this? I can lasso it and ride it around, and it's got its own set of skills, and now the biome seems to have changed and the music with it. And look, there are brand new creatures to mount, each with their own skill set. And if I pick up these fruits, my ammo type changes, and this altar just gave me a buff, so I'm getting stronger, but apparently so are the monsters, and the biome just changed again, and again, and again. And this bullet hell boss fight just kicked my ass, but it doesn't really matter because I leveled up and unlocked a new upgrade in the process that I can use during the next run. And now my talking backpack says it's time to find out why society collapsed, so I need to explore the entire map and collect all the artifacts, but first let's arrange all the plants I collected in the wild and play fetch with my field of pet mounts and change my appearance for the 100th time. And what do you mean I've done nothing but play Patch Quest all week? Putting aside the fact that this 7-year solo dev labor of love is probably worth supporting on principle alone, Patch Quest is still a super easy game to recommend. In addition to the white-knuckle combat, wealth of features, and jaw-droppingly humongous interconnected world I teased during that rambling rant of an intro, God bless you if you're still watching, Patch Quest will release from early access on March 3rd, a thoroughly polished experience. During my time with the full game, I encountered 0 bugs, count them, 0, and lightning-fast load times, in addition to some much-appreciated quality-of-life features like fast travel, a difficulty slider, and couch co-op. It all adds up to a rare blend of punishing and player-friendly that's worthy of my highest praise for playability. And when you consider it launches at only $15 and should offer folks 40 to 50 hours of fun, well, Patch Quest's value is equally deserving of that coveted blue box. As for the gameplay loop, no two runs are the same. In addition to the game's steady yet well-balanced increase in difficulty over time, each square or patch on the map gets shuffled around each run, so you won't be fighting the same fights even if you follow the same path each time. Not that you'd ever want or need to, as unlockable gates and dungeon shortcuts mean you can skip old biomes at will and focus on exploring new ones. Along the way, you'll no doubt discover some delectable combinations of perks and mounts. My favorite build started with this big old tadpole daddy, belovingly nicknamed Spermy by my wife, that could spawn a bunch of shield babies that I then converted into heat-seeking suicide bombers, with Spermy's consent of course. In other runs, I'd occasionally buff my Nutra-Blaster gun so much that I'd legit forget to use my mount skills at all. And then there was that time I achieved near immortality by combining a perk at the start that doubled all sources of healing, with a later perk that healed me each time I picked up new fruit ammo, which is, I don't know, all the flippin' time. So if it isn't already evident by these anecdotes, I truly fell in love with Patch Quest's core gameplay dynamic, synergizing your perks with your mount's skill set in an arms race against the massive map's ever-increasing enemies. The end product plays a bit like Binding of Isaac meets Risk of Rain, and who doesn't love the sound of that? Losers and dorks, that's who. Finally, Patch Quest is stuffed full of stylistic charm, as it sports vibrant and varied top-down 2D visuals, a quirky fun soundtrack with songs that reflect both the current environment and level of intensity, and truly captivating sound design that both delights the ears and imparts invaluable information to the player, who's often already pushed to the brink of what they can visually comprehend. This audio-visual feedback combines with the game's efficient and easy-to-understand UI to create a bullet hell experience that's often intense but rarely overwhelming. Last and least, Patch Quest's light mystery story is really just narrative icing on this delicious roguelite cake. You're a mute explorer tasked with literally stitching together a long-lost world, and your backpack buddy will occasionally provide you with insights that advance a plot you're welcome to ignore. As stories go, it's nothing special, but it adds a bit of intrigue and certainly never hurts the overall experience. In the end, Patch Quest obliterated my expectations and seems destined to take its place beside games like Spelunky and Braid as all-time great solo dev accomplishments. I'm giving it a very strong aggregate mega score of 4 out of 5, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have about the game or my review. Until next time, this is Scope, and thanks for watching.